Okay, so back in the forge, I've already started grinding this larger splitting axe. So I think I'm just going to make the profile a little bit. So I might make the edge a bit finer, the geometry, because it's currently set at 30 degrees. Make it a little bit steeper. And then I need to die grind the inside, clean all the eye out, get it ready for the quench. Just clean up this bottom area as well. So I'll do that now. Okay, so I've just finished getting it roughly to where I want now, so I've cleaned up the bottom. That's pretty much the final shape now. Just gonna take a die grinder now and clean the inside of the eye and get it ready. Need to normalise it, and then while I'm normalising, I'll just get my stamp on the side and then get it ready for the quench. And then it can go in the oven while I'm doing the rest of the jobs for today. And hopefully that axe should be finished, just other than polishing it. And so, yeah, I'll crack on with that now, guys. Okay, so we've got it all filed out. Diagram, I've just hit it with a file as well, a rat tail file. Seems to be fitting the drift okay. Oh, sorry guys, just covering up the bloody screen. So, fire up the forge now and throw in. And just let it normalise a couple of times. Well, we do it 3 times. And possibly stamp it as well. And then stick it in the quench. Okay, so we're going to fire. That once. That once. Try that. See how we get on with that here, guys. Right, so that's the second normalising cycle. I've just taken out now, let it cool off a bit. And then the third one's going to be the quench. And then we should be ready for tempering it, pinching it off. So let it cool off now on the swage block. These swages are only mild steel, so they're okay. Well, these will be cast to raw iron. Okay, so I'm bringing the axe up, slow heat, up to its quenching temperature. It's around 850. And all I'm doing is heating up this piece of steel now just to pre-warm the oil. Recommends pre-warming the oil a little bit, ready for quench. To smother the fire with this plate, because you could see just the initial mass of the steel, I think, just caused the oil to, this is like a quenching oil, so it doesn't tend to react. At least I've not noticed it in the past. You should probably use a larger vessel for that really, but anyway, subdued the fire now. Just have to wait for it to cool off and then I can start the tempering. I'll probably grind it and then do the tempering cycle. And then the final grind and polish. So here we are after the quench. A cup of tea. For some reason it looks really weak. I can assure you it's not. I mean, it's not strong, but it's not that milky. So yeah, you can see obviously the oil has blackened it now. Managed to get the stamp. I didn't film that, but just because it's quite stressful doing that, because obviously all the work you've gone into it, you don't want to ruin it. I think I will hit it with the wire wheel now anyway. Just buff it up a bit and then grind the edge and temper it. I think I'm going to do it'll obviously be a convex grind, but I think we're going to do initial flat grind, then a very micro convex grind, just so the edge has got a bit more strength, because you want it to enter the wood, and then the shape of the profile to obviously drive the wood apart. And the other idea behind these axes is they never get stuck. That's the brilliant thing about them. the one I've made, it's brilliant. Because the guy wanted a splitting mould, and I talked him around and told him to go for something like this. It'd be much better. I'm sure we'll be happy with it when it's done. So be able to get home tonight and weigh it and see what weight we come in at the head. I'm going to say just under £5, I think. It'll be interesting. Quite happy with that stamp. It's come out quite well. Right guys, I'll finish my brew and then I'll start grinding while wheeling. So I've got my grind there now. That's the 80 grit, I think it is. 60 grit, sorry. So that's the 60 grit grind. I'll probably stick this in the oven now for a couple of hours. Let it temper. I was going to do the original traditional method of heating the back and watching the colours run. A bit undecided really. I think I might just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will do that. And then obviously then it's just moving up the grits on the belt. And I think I'm going to give it a micro bevel. So I'm just going to, I've left a little flat there, you see. Because it's going to get a load of abuse because it's just a splitting axe. I'll just set the angle then to really steep, like a 30 or something, and just cut in a little tiny micro bevel so you can just keep on top of that with a file, because no doubt you'll probably just, you know, touch it up with the file every now and then. Saves having to grind all this back. Okay guys, it's taken out the oven now. You can see it's got a gold tinge to it. Well, there you can pick that up on the camera, but it's not showing up on the camera at all, to be fair. But yeah, it's got a nice little gold tinge to it. So I'll just stick that in, cool it off now in the water. No, can't really see it all, but it is there. I'll show you. Alright, let's go grind that up now. There we are guys, the splitting axe. Saved you the boring bit, I've just polished it obviously, ground it and polished it. And I've just put micro bevel in it, you can just see there. Just so it's easier for him to keep on top of. No doubt he'll probably hit some stones or nails or whatever in the wood. There we are. It's a big old axe. A weight to it. I'll try and get some footage of getting it hafted, and then I'll have to use it before I give it him. Try it out, make sure it's okay. Okay guys, so we're back home now. There's the axe. It's a good old chunk, and so this was nearly £5.5. So now it's completely finished, ready for the handle. It's almost exactly £5, just ever so slightly over. So yeah, that's a good old weight for an axe head. To put it in perspective, my splitter that I previously did was I want to say £3 when I finished with it, maybe slightly over £3. Just under 3.5, I think it was. So that's a hell of a difference. Just wait for the handle to arrive now, and then I'll get it fitted and get it sent off to the guy. Right guys, I'll catch you later. Oh, actually, just as a comparison, so that one's £5. You didn't see this because I was just doing it in the background and I wanted, you know, try not to film. So I made this little carver today as well. This is like this is what I'm thinking of doing for the courses. Something like this, people can have a go. In a nice, simple little design. I mean, you can change the design obviously, however you want the edge profile to be. This is like a carver, but the weight of that is so nearly 400 grams. So it's tiny. Not even a pound. Just shy of a pound in weight, in fact. So that's 5 times the weight of that. It's impressive. Alright guys, I'll catch you later. I'll try and get some footage of me fitting the handle and taking it out and testing it before the guy takes it, because I'd just be interested to see how it performs. I'm sure you guys are as well. Be interested. Right, guys, I'll see you again.